I still truly believe I can beat Merab. There will be a trilogy someday down the line. It's so weird watching Merab on film. It just looks so sloppy and just, I know I can put that dude's lights out, but.
How do you think the Sandhagen Merab fight goes?
Merab felt so just so strong. That skill set he does have is so good, so dominant. It's very Khabib-like. If Merab can get a hold of Cory,
he said that he would vacate the belt to not fight Arman Tsarukyan. Is he running from Arman?
It's hard to picture anybody beating Ilia right now. Arman definitely has a chance. He definitely has a shot. You know, realistically, they go get in that cage. It's like,
what's a fight coming up that you're excited to see?
DDP versus Khamzat. God, I feel like Khamzat's hard to count out. DDP is too. Obviously, everyone keeps counting him out each fight. He comes out there and does it, but Khamzat just...
You were literally on the top of the world, right? Unbeatable. Now you're coming off 2 losses, and the way you talk is just different now.
Yeah, I feel like...
Hey, we're back, baby, with the boys. OverDogs podcast in his house. Here to talk about sports. Lots of things going on. Most exciting on my list would have to be August 29th, Dirty Boxing. First title fight ever in the heavyweight division, in the divisions period. I'm excited to go down to Miami. I was getting my Airbnb booked today. And so shout out to Dirty Boxing, man, rolling it out. August 29th is going to be a big event. Make sure y'all stay up to date on that, on the news, and subscribe and like the channel. Dirty Boxing and OverDogs podcast. All in one, baby. All in one. Before our guest comes on today, let's talk about UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi. There were some good fights on there. I got everything right except for the first one. You know, I'm happy that Bryce Mitchell shut me up. I just expected Nurmagomedov to do a Nurmagomedov thing. They say everybody with the name V is 28-1 in Abu Dhabi. And
what?
You know the one? That's a record. Everybody with the last name that ends in a V is 28-1 in Abu Dhabi. And the one is freaking Bryce Mitchell. It was a new weight class for him. He usually fought 45, I'm thinking.
He dropped to 135.
And he dropped to 35. He looked super fit and in shape. His grappling worked out. I mean, he fought in Nurmagomedov and he beat him.
He looked good, but I'll say this, dude. How strong did Nurmagomedov look like on the ground against Bryce? Like Bryce had several opportunities to try to put him away, but you could just tell the brute strength, dude, of those Dagestanis is on another level.
He said that too, post-fight speech. He said something about that guy's really strong.
He also told him to come to Arkansas 2-3 years and forget.
Yeah.
We got to get Bryce back on here.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Bryce. He's on a good path, man. His family's growing and strong, and he just got a win over the most dominating name in mixed martial arts.
And he almost got knocked out, too. It was interesting to see his chin stay up. From you drop weight, you see a lot of times dudes get chinny when they cut too much weight. He's coming off, getting knocked out. For him to go down, eat that knee right up the pipe, I mean, he was that close. It could have been over. I think twice he almost got finished. But yeah,
he had a funny comment on that too. He was like, "Yeah, they said I got caught with a knee or something." He's like, "But I don't recall it." Something along those lines. It was good.
He was praying to Jesus at that moment, bro.
Make you forget, boy. Well, what else? We had another good one on there. I know the main event
Whitaker and DeRitter was the main there. I mean, that was a good fight. I guess DeRitter's legit. Or do we think that?
I just keep thinking Khamzat in 30 seconds versus 5 full rounds of Ritter and Bobby Knuckles. I mean, it was an exciting fight, and Bobby Knuckles looked like he had the timing. He was hitting him better, and then those knees of DeRitter, he's super awkward walking around the cage. It's super weird watching him fight. He seems super tough, very in shape. And, I mean, he sounds confident talking about Khamzat, but Khamzat is finishing people in, no time at all. And then
somebody said we thought Dricus was awkward until we saw DeRitter.
Oh yeah,
which I thought was good.
I saw a meme that said like ADHD versus autism. Like
Right.
that's exactly what that is. They both fight so awkward.
Dricus posted something pirate leprechaun. Congrats, pirate leprechaun.
About Shara?
Yeah.
About Shara Bullet? Dude, I'll say this. I think Dricus is one of the funniest in the UFC at this point, dude. Super underrated on his commentary and his back and forth with everybody. Like him, Merab, there's a couple others, but Dricus is like up near the top for me right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a filter either. Like he'll say what the.
Nah, you gotta love it, dude. How about Bullet, bro? Like
that reminds me, dude.
Hang on, I need to hear this. All right, and I'd had a few cocktails. Right, it was pretty late in the day at this point. We started watching at like 10 a.m. here in the U.S. But like, I thought Bullet maybe lost a round or two there, and they had a unanimous, easy decision. Like it was just a cakewalk, and I didn't understand it.
Nope.
That's what you would expect from the Bryce Mitchell fight, going to decision against Nurmagomedov, and then they gave it to Bryce, which was crazy.
I thought Bryce was too dominant. But I'll say this. I thought the guy, was it McGhee? Is that who he fought, Matt?
Yeah.
I thought McGhee, dude, I mean, he hit him. Obviously, he broke his nose.
That was a close
we all saw
fight.
that.
Oh, wait, you mean on Shara? That's Andre Barrio. So Andre Barrio.
Okay, yeah, Mark Andre.
Mark Barrio. Yeah, okay.
Dude, I thought he gave him a good fight. And it was like the announcers and the judges were just like, oh, it was a cakewalk. And I didn't see it.
Dude, that could have been. That one was close, dude. And yeah, that one, I think Shara won that one. But that second round when he blew his nose, dude, or blew out his nose, that's a dub round for Andre. But Mike, it reminded me exactly, and Danny texted me about it too. You had almost the same injury to your nose, I think, against Felder when it was pushed to the side, right?
Nah.
Yeah, you did. He sent me a picture. I've seen the picture. Pull it
No,
up,
bro,
Garrett.
you're way off. Like Felder,
Am I?
Felder didn't do
Then who was it?
Luque Vicente.
Was that Luque who bent your nose like that? But I
Yeah,
want to know,
bro,
like,
you thought Felder did that? Are you out of your mind?
you guys went through a floor, and then we had like a clip.
beat his ass. He took that because he's lucky his arm broke. If I didn't break his arm with my forehead, then he would have stepped into some right hands and got clobbered. He was smart and was like, damn, I can't use my right, so I'm going to stay back with the jab, the left hook, and some spinning kicks. He just stayed away the whole time. That kept him in it.
Maybe it's just because we've been seeing stuff because he has been talking. You guys have kind of been talking about each other, and I know you guys had a good fight.
No,
but okay,
Felder's
anyway.
been talking about me, and I
Fair
said, no, you're wrong.
No. Okay, what'd they do to fix that? What is that? What's the curve in it? Explain that to me, because it looks like they fixed his during the fight.
It's unfixable.
Bro, ask. I'm trying not to be too disrespectful here. Ask a girl why your is curved. Because you've been twisting on that for too long. That's why.
Damn.
So relax, okay?
Listen, first off, Mike's not fixed. We always joke around about hearing his nose whistle through the microphone. So clear.
You look
Listen,
good still, but
hey,
no. That video of me saying your hair looks super friendly, my nose was straight as a board, boy. I'm telling you. I'm waiting for it to happen to Patty Pimblett. Somebody better jump knee Patty Pimblett nose to the side.
All right, let's talk about Felder. We need a little bit of a clap back here. It was on the John Anik and Florian podcast with Felder on there. And I think it was John that kind of jump-started the whole thing and was like, yo, if anybody could knock Mike out under Dirty Boxing Championship rules, it's you. And he was like, yeah. But hang on. Let's respond to this because apparently there was a lot more said than that clip.
First of all, I said, what is John Anik? John Anik must have beef with Felder. He trying to do that to him to get him to come back into the game,
Felder.
Into my game, and think that he can throw the small gloves, throw the hands with me. Come on, man.
Hey, Felder said, hang on, there's elbows in there? He goes, hang on, there's elbows in there.
Yeah, right. And he goes, what did he say? Oh, that kind of favors him a little bit, too. Yeah, damn right it does, buddy. I was working my DBX drills today. Throwing some.
Nah, but shout out to Felder. Shout out to John and Florian. Look, because here's the thing, Mike. He was like, he raved about you for the first 3 minutes. And then, said he could beat you after John said he could.
Hey, Felder's all right, man. I just got to give him a hard time because he's trying to give me one. He must be bored and lonely out there just being retired and all that. Just talking about sidelines every night, talking. And he's like, damn, I could still be doing this. Guys get scared and they're like, I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm going home.
Ooh, he's got a comfy announcing job, just like you do, Mike.
Yep.
Don't twist that. Don't twist that.
Legit question: when is your fight?
Yeah.
Is it? Bro, hang on. I watched the whole thing. I landed in Nashville. I'm watching on my phone just to watch the announcement. My wife's we're in the Uber. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching this.
The press conference?
Yeah, the BKFC press conference just to see what Mike's got going on, right? Like, what are they going to announce? October 11th. And then no announcement.
Okay, and they posted a picture today with me punching Eddie Alvarez in the face on October 4th in Newark, New Jersey.
I didn't see this. Okay.
I shared it on my story. The picture, which was like their lineups, and they didn't say anything. They just posted certain fighters in each picture, and like we know, Saturday is Gogo versus Julian Lane for a title fight, and so I know that fight's happening.
Hang on 1 second. You already beat Eddie. Yeah. Then Jeremy beat Eddie. Why the they gonna make you beat Eddie again?
I hope not.
I have not heard that it is going to be Eddie. But who knows what is going on, to be honest with you. I
think the one talking does.
I think every week. No, they don't tell me. They're just like, hey, you're going to fight this day, this time, or whatever. And teams working on some things. I say this every week. We should find out some things this week. I just continue to prepare for battle in the meantime. And, it'll work out because I'll be ready to fight anybody. And if I could tell you that was up in the air right now, all I know is Robbie Lawler is not.
It's not. Because I think that's what everybody was hoping for. Robbie.
Yeah. Well, everybody. A lot of people are like, leave Robbie alone.
Yeah, true. Look, for me as a fan, I wanted to see Robbie.
Him and Dustin Poirier can go hang out retired.
What? All right, yeah.
O'Malley in the house. Oh, Sugar Sean. What's up, man? What you eating?
More, fellas. Let me turn this volume up a bit.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, bro? What you eating over there?
Little meat, little rice, a little cottage cheese.
Sounds good. I'm trying to get myself in keto right now. Trying to make the 4 days to get my body in ketosis. I'm struggling.
Too much science for me. I just eat what's good. Just eat clean. That's it.
You don't put weight on, man.
I want to stay. I'm about 155 right now. I just feel like any higher, it's pointless because, I fight in the cage 153. So it's I definitely feel when I'm 160, I feel a lot stronger. But then when I fight, I'm down to 153. I don't feel as strong. So I like to try to stay around that weight.
So you can make that 18, 20-pound cut to 35 real easy.
Oh, yeah. To 136 now, though, baby.
Oh.
Yes, sir. No more champ bull. We got them 3-round banger. Yee!
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm talking about. I'm 5-round.
Does that change? Does that change the power in the rounds? Is that changing things in your camp setup and everything?
Man, I mean, it definitely changes. Like 15 minutes, 25 minutes changes a lot, but just like the last two fight camps, the last two fights were just like, planning for Merab, planning for just, very grappling heavy, just like knowing it's going to be one of those kind of fights, which it'll be nice next fight. I mean, I don't know who I'm fighting next, so
Right.
could be another wrestler, but it ain't going to be no one like Merab. So that's always that's nice. But yeah, it'd be nice to go back down to those 3-round fights.
Well, after UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi, Petr Yan had a little interesting fight with my boy called him Gorgon from Small Soldiers. Yeah, Mean Green. What was his name? Something
Marcus
like
McGhee.
McGhee. That's what it was.
He's one of my buddies. One of my good. I've trained with that guy for a long time.
I thought they had a great fight.
They did, yeah. Peter's one of my favorite guys to watch. I mean, I'm sure he's one of most people's favorite guys to watch. He's so technical, so fun to watch. But yeah, that was a great fight.
Marcus showed he belongs. That's a big jump up to make, and he showed going all those rounds with Petr, throwing like that. Yeah, Petr's one of the most fan-friendly styles, and Marcus was right there the whole time.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, with Petr coming off that win, and he was calling for a title shot, is that something you think he deserves, or is a Petr rematch something that interests you?
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised he didn't call me out. I thought for sure he'd call me out, but he fought Cory. He fought Merab. Merab beat him 50-45, dominated that fight. It wasn't competitive at all. But I do think Peter's made some, he's continued to evolve. You can never count Petr out. I'd rather, if I had to pick one of those two to watch, I'd rather rather watch Cory versus Petr. But yeah, I don't know. I think, Petr could be, he could be the champ for sure. So I don't know. It don't matter to me whether he fights for one of those two next. I fight him next. I fight someone next. I'm not too worried about that. But I wouldn't mind watching if Cory gets it done. Cory versus Petr. Me versus Cory eventually is going to be a very exciting fight. But yeah, the division right now is just so. Bryce Mitchell's go out there and get a good big win at 135, which was Bryce Mitchell's hilarious. Adding him to the division really makes it interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of,
I've got a couple of questions here. Oh. What do you think? How do you think the Sandhagen Merab fight goes?
Yeah.
It's me and Cory have very similar styles. Cory did do a really good job against Umar, creating scrambles and like keeping his hips high when Umar tried to get to his back. Umar and Merab have different grappling strengths and techniques, but man, I think if Merab can get a hold of Cory, I just don't see. Merab felt so strong and just really strong in those certain positions. His gas tank's ridiculous. I don't know. I think if I had to guess, Merab, but it's hard for me to count Cory out because I do think Cory, skill for skill, is one of the best guys in the UFC. I think he's got more skills overall than Merab, but Merab, that skill set he does have is so good, so dominant. It's very Khabib-like in a sense, and it's hard to count either one of those guys out. But yeah, if I had to guess, I'm kind of leaning towards Merab, but Cory, it wouldn't be surprised if Cory goes out there and does something spectacular.
Well, Cory said that if he were to win, that he would want you to be his first title defense. How would you approach that matchup?
I wouldn't say no. If they said, hey, Cory beat Merab, you're fighting Cory for the title, I'd feel a little weird coming off 2 losses to fight for the title again. But I would, I'm not going to say no to a title fight, especially against Cory. Yeah, me versus Cory. I was actually trying to fight Cory when the co-main event fell out for that Max and Dustin fight. I threw my name out there to UFC. I was like, 3 weeks, me versus Cory would be sweet, but it didn't really make sense for the UFC. Cory versus Merab was the next fight to make. But yeah, me versus Cory is a very interesting fight. you know, that's one that's bound to happen down, you know, sooner than later probably.
I like it.
How was your mentality changed? And I've heard you talk on this a little bit, but I mean, you're coming off of you were literally on the top of the world, right? Unbeatable, one of the top favorite guys in the UFC. You still are from a fan perspective. Now you're coming off 2 losses, and the way you talk is just different now. You know what I mean? You're like, I'd feel weird going back in there off of 2 losses. Before, I feel like you wouldn't have said that. So I feel like something in your mentality, your training, whatever it may be, just your introspection, you know, has changed.
Some might say I've been humbled, brother.
I
No, I don't know. I feel like I've always looked at this fight game pretty logical. Like, hey, I lost to Merab twice. Like, I mean, you're just fighting for the title again for a 3rd time after 2 losses just doesn't seem that to make that much sense. So, but yeah, I feel like I still got that confidence that I'm able to put anybody's lights out. I still truly believe I can beat Merab. There will be a trilogy someday down the line. So I still got that delusion in me. I love it. That's where it got me here. I still know, like, that's what it's so weird watching Merab on film. He just looks so sloppy and just he does a really good job hiding his takedowns and getting in on shots, which I was, you know, surprised with the first fight, the second fight as well. I know I could put that dude's lights out, but you know, so I still, you know, I'm still there a little bit. I'm a little bit more humble, but I'm still, you know, delusional.
Well, what's the fight that's gonna put you back in the you know, you get a win, a good performance, you feel better about everything, and then you're like, yeah, I'm ready for that title fight again.
You know, my next fight, I'm go out there and remind everybody how skilled I am. Like, the only person I've ever lost to is Merab. I lost to Cheeto, proved that was a fluke. You know, the only person I've lost to is Merab. It's like, in my mind, and the UFC fans, like, you're only as good as your last fight. Like, Merab beat me last fight. Like, so it's, you know, sugar sucks. But I'm going to go out there, remind everybody that I'm still that. I can still knock people out. I still want it. I'm still, you know, this is my life. Like, I'm not gonna wither away and like, oh, you know, I had a good time up here at the top, but you know, I'm looking to become, you know, I want to become world champ again. I want to fight 10 more fights in my career. Like, I still have that hunger, still have that drive, still have the passion to want to perform and compete at the highest level. So I'm not going anywhere. I believe my next fight will be my best performance, whenever, whoever, wherever. I'm gonna show up, put on a beautiful clinic, and remind everybody that I'm as good as I say I am, and you know, just bring some more spice back to the division. Like, Merab's, he's become more entertaining. I'll give him that. Yeah, he isn't just, he still kind of holds in positions, but hey, he finished his last fight. You know, his fight with Umar was exciting. So he is, you know, I'm not going to call him boring anymore. He used to be boring. He's improved that a lot. So, you know, but I think the UFC fans, they just want someone that's going to go out there and knock people out and put on beautiful performances like that.
A fight with Umar would have been fun. What do you think about the booking of Umar versus Bautista?
Yeah, Mario's another one of my really good buddies. It's funny, me, Mario, and Marcus, and Kyler. Kyler just fought a couple weekends ago, last weekend, and he lost. But me, Mario, Kyler, Marcus, you know, all kind of started around the same time at the lab. And so it's really, really cool to see Marcus go out there and get a shot against Peter. Mario to go out there and headline against Umar. Dude, even when Mario fought Patchy Mick, people were counting Mario out. I was like, dude, Mario, just because of this fight with Aldo that people thought it was boring or whatever, they just, for some reason, forgot how good Mario was. Mario is super skilled, very excited for his fight against Umar. And, you know, I'm picking Mario in that fight. I really think he can go out there and get the job done.
Hell yeah.
Great. So you're building a company called Doing Well. Can you tell us about that?
I can't say too much about it. Emron, I think you know. I don't know if you know Emron. Emron, my business partner. We're just trying to make sure we get everything figured out, all the logistics, all the everything figured out before he really wants me to start, promoting it, talking about it, what it is and all that stuff. But yeah, very excited to do that. Very passionate about this project. It's cool coming up. You get sponsors and like, you get your monthly check, you do your yearly contract. Eventually you get to a place where you're doing equity deals. And then now I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, we're starting this company from the ground up, putting our own money into it and, getting majority equity and like doing 50-50. It's fun. I've always enjoyed the entrepreneurial stuff aspect of fighting and the business side of things. So this is something I'm very passionate about and very excited to release, hopefully within the next, 2 months or so.
Great. Can't wait to see it.
It'll be incredible.
Definitely. Sounds good. So, switching gears a little bit, we got, another Georgian fighter. We got Ilia Topuria. He said that he would vacate the belt, the new title that he's gotten, to not fight Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan saying he would bet him $500,000. Is he running from Arman, or how do you think that fight plays out if they were to match that one up while they wait for Islam and JD to fight?
Yeah, I think it's hard to picture anybody beating Ilia right now. It's hard to visualize anybody just being able to go in the octagon with Ilia Topuria and beat him. Just how dominant he's been. Right. So it's realistically, they go get in that cage. It's like Arman definitely has a chance. He definitely has a shot. And in Ilia's mind, it's like, okay, Ilia's such a massive superstar right now. It's like, why fight Arman when you could fight Islam or, Gaethje's a bigger fight than Arman, I think. Patty's a bigger fight. So it just depends on where Ilia's head's at. Does he want to just go out there and, hey, I want the next best guy? I feel like he's kind of past that. He's kind of like, who's the biggest fight? What's going to be the most attention? And in his mind, it's not Arman right now. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Why risk it against someone that's not super popular, who's very, very, very dangerous? Arman's very dangerous. So, I kind of get that from, hi, baby. Kind of get that from, Ilia's perspective. But I think UFC is so exciting right now. Like it's on fire.
What's a fight coming up that you're excited to see?
DDP versus Khamzat. What is that? Like 2-3 weeks? Like,
yep.
Holy! I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice, and dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like I remember watching it and thinking, I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking like Izzy looked good, and I kind of, DDP took over. But dude, Izzy was, for the most part, dominating the fight, and then that fourth round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight. So I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet. But yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now. My buddy Jakar Close is fighting Edson Barbosa soon. I'm excited for that fight. What other fights are there? Aaron Pico versus Ivalov, right? Or no?
They pulled Movsar's out, I think.
Oh no, Pico versus who did Pico just get now?
Let me check.
Pico just got an interesting fight.
Mac will find it.
I was excited for that fight
Lerone
this
Murphy,
weekend.
that is a banger, dude. Lerone Murphy's a banger. Okay.
Yeah, Lerone Murphy versus Pico. Excited to see what Pico can do. Lerone Murphy's always in exciting fights. There's some good fights coming up. I'm excited.
You said Drakkar Close is fighting Edson. Is that going to be at 55 then? Is Edson coming back up?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, because I don't see Drakkar making 145.
No, Jakar is thick. He definitely ain't making 145. So, yeah, Edson coming back up to 55. Excited for that one.
Cannonier and MVP is a good one, too.
Cannonier's fighting MVP?
Isn't that it?
How is that flying under the radar like that?
Holy.
Yeah.
Is that what? Is that a main event?
I think it's a co-main of DDP and Khamzat.
Yeah, August 16th.
Oh.
Or is it the week after?
Banger,
2 weeks after,
dude.
Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's your odds, Sugar.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And MVP a 180 favorite, too. Wow.
Damn, yeah, that's another fight that's just, Yeah, that's a low key banger right there.
It is.
Jared's always Jared's a
dog. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be cool.
Can we get your picks on those two real quick? So who you going for? Who you going with? DDP, Khamzat?
God, I feel like Khamzat's hard to count out. DDP is too. Obviously, everyone keeps counting him out each fight. He comes out there and does it. But Khamzat, just what he did to Whitaker, the way he did it to Whitaker, it's like, holy, it's hard to. And then, I'm going to go with Khamzat on that. I do really like DDP. But Khamzat, and then Jared's one of our AZ guys. Trained with him a lot. He trains over at the lab. So I'm gonna go with Jared. But MVP, I mean, his style, his whole career, what he's done is incredible. But I gotta go with Jared. He's the local guy.
Hell yeah. Let me tack on one quick thing. I don't know. There's no right answer or anything, but we've been talking a lot about, and a lot of fans lately have said the UFC is not super exciting right now. And you're sitting here saying it is. I'm just curious. What are you seeing that a lot of fans aren't?
Probably because I'm not champ. No, I was just joking.
No, but that's like legit. That's where I was gonna go with it. Right? It's like I want to see Ilia at the top. I want to see Sean at the top. I want to see the strikers at the top. Right now, we're like super wrestling heavy, super Dagestani heavy. For me, as a more casual fan, it's just not as exciting.
Yeah, I think there's that. I think. I mean, there's always going to be the haters on any subject, any sport, anything. There's going to be haters. So I don't know. I guess I'm excited for these fights coming up. But even the fights that we've been having, I feel like they've been good. I don't know. I mean, DeRitter versus Whitaker was a banger. It kind of wasn't like one of those mainstream. You walk down the street, you ask people who they got because they don't know. They might not know them, but. If you're a UFC fan, like that fight was very exciting, was a huge fight. You're a casual, it's like, you don't got Conor, you don't got, Khabib even got out there, John Jones, like you lost those big names, but they're making more. It's gonna go. That's just how fighting's gonna be. But I think it's exciting.
All right, I got one. How about this? The White House card. Give us a heavyweight, light heavyweight, and then who you want to fight. Just give us 3 of the fights that you want to see, prime matchups, whatever you want at the White House lawn.
Yeah. If it's just, if we could pick whatever, Conor for sure. I mean, Conor versus Ilia would probably be the top one. Izzy versus Strickland 2. I would like to see that. I think that'd be a banger up there. Jones versus Aspinall is the one everyone wants to see. Me versus I think me versus Cory is just kind of like the more. I mean, me versus Peter 2 would be very. I feel like that would be a banger. Me versus Cory. Me versus Merab 3. No, I'm just kidding.
Could be.
We'll take it.
Hey, you never know. Max Holloway.
Oof.
Yes.
Max Holloway versus anybody. That dude just one of the most. He's so fun to watch.
I thought he looked really good at 155, and then when he went back down and fought Ilia, I was like, why? And he got put out for the first time, and then he looked good against Poirier at 55 again. But they took off the 5th round though. The first 4 rounds of Poirier versus Holloway was crazy. 5th round, they were chilling. 5th round, they were chilling.
That was a high paced fight. Dustin dropped him twice, first round, second round, or Max dropped Dustin twice, first round, second round. That was a high paced fight.
No, that was crazy. Badass. It was insane for sure. But then
it was fun. What if they go all American at the White House? How about Bryce and Sean?
Well, I think you got to do America versus Russia, or just like Americans versus someone else.
We got to win the Cold War again.
Yep.
Colby's got to be on the card somewhere, but I don't know.
God.
Yeah, you got to.
Colby versus Ian Gary.
There you go. Yeah, dude.
that's a good one.
Yo, speaking of John Jones, we had him on the podcast, 2 years ago, Bagz? A year and a half ago? John Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we asked him who gets him excited. You know, it was right before he came back against Gane. And he mentioned, I think, one person, and it was you. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
But
I did see that clip. I forgot about that. I did see that clip, yeah.
You ever get to train with him or anything like that?
No, but that's sweet. You know, I remember seeing that clip. That got me fired up. Never actually really even had to have a conversation with him before. But, that was cool. That was really cool.
Link up, we'll have to see in the future for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he just came back in the protocol and USADA, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Back in the pool.
So he's actually our business partner. Have you seen Dirty Boxing Championship yet?
No, I haven't actually got to see any of it.
No.
How's it been going?
We have anything? It's good, man. We're going into our third stream fight here, August 29th. Jairzinho is fighting one of like the homegrown guys for the belt at heavyweight. It'll be a banger.
Mourinho is nasty.
Jairzinho's a beast.
That dude's got some serious skills. Yeah.
It's really cool, Sean, because it gives so many of the guys, right? Like if you're going to crack like the top 10 of the UFC or especially the top 5, right? If you're not extremely well-rounded, and that means extremely well-rounded on the ground, grappling, jiu-jitsu, whatever, like you're not going to get there, right? So it gives a lot of strikers a new, fresh opportunity. Like Mike Breeden did really well in DBX his first fight. Yuli Diaz smashed in. Of course, Yuli's been boxing for a long time. But there's several guys like Jairzinho came in, murdered the guy. You know what I mean? Yoel fought in there. Arlovsky fought in there. Like it's a striker's paradise.
Yeah, no, I can't complain about that rule set. I definitely think that it's probably more fan friendly, entertainment wise for sure.
It is.
I mean, we got a little clip for you. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Yeah.
Jar Jar.
Oh, nice quality.
Some good action. We have some good fighters in there.
Oh, some nice cheeks.
Always a party in Miami.
Oof. Ooh.
Alex Caceres had a great fight.
Damn. So what ounce gloves are those?
4.
Okay, so is that like a little bit bigger than the UFC gloves, or is that the same?
Same, they're just curved. They just got a little curve to them, so supposed to keep them eye pokes away. Even though Phil Hawes got ejected last event for eye poking, but he's coming back. I don't even know if Mike knows this or Mac, but I'll break it before I think it's even announced. But Phil Hawes and Yuli Diaz are on the next card, and that's a smoker
Against each other?
Yes, that's a smoker.
Oh, that's an interesting fight for sure.
Are they all they've all been in Miami so far?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to keep it in Miami till we get everything like perfect. You know how it is, man. When you start up business, bro, you got to make sure everything's right.
Yeah, I can't even imagine starting a promotion like that. All the different you run into.
Yeah, I want to hear more about your entrepreneurial side because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I got into the fight game late, but I've been in business my whole life, and you're obviously you got the W deal. Is that you and Jake, right? Then you got your new stuff starting up. So you're in the entrepreneurial side. You're definitely starting your own businesses now. Like, what do you take from the fight world and apply to that? And then where do you feel like a fish out of water, at times?
Yeah, I'm lucky that I get to. So Emron is like my business manager, helps me. He's on every single call with me. And again, like when I get on a call with a potential sponsor, or doing any kind of business deal, like I'm always on the call. I'm on the call with Emron, and I think that goes a long way. And I don't necessarily like middlemen. I don't like relayed messages. I don't like if someone's trying to deal with the UFC, and then relay a message to me, and then I want to tell them. So like I do all my own stuff with UFC, and all my own stuff with sponsors and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I definitely have learned a lot about, just business in general, equity. So right now I got equity in Happy Dad, W, Liquid Death, Athletic Nicotine, Sanable, and
Homie's got like equity in like 6 unicorns.
yeah, it's long term. Like long term get plans is you start getting, building a brand, building a name, you get paid monthly. And then you realize like, okay, that's nice. Getting paid monthly is great. But I want equity. I want to get paid out, 10x in 5 years, 10 years, like playing the long game. So I'm learning that. But yeah, I enjoy getting on the business calls and building brands, just the whole process of that.
Because you're young. I mean, once you get done with the fight game, whenever you decide that, right, you're gonna start 20 other businesses or 10 other businesses. You know what I mean? So all this stuff right now, where you're learning a little here, learning a little here, like goes a long way 10 years from now when you're doing your own stuff with other people, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I just sold my second house that I bought back in 2020 for like 750,000. Just sold it for 1.2 million. So definitely real estate. I got like 4 or 5 houses. That's been that's been interesting, dealing with tenants and stuff like that. But yeah, no, definitely trying to take little bits and pieces of every conversation that I get on and learn something.
You in crypto at all?
I do got quite a bit of Ethereum and I have more Ethereum than I have Bitcoin, but I definitely have both.
All right. NFTs are actually making a comeback, believe it or not. 3 years dead, they're starting to make a comeback. Our boys at Kanpai Pandas made you a custom one-of-one NFT. If we got that, can we pull it up? You got your own custom sugar panda.
I love the face tats. That's funny. Oh, the Ferrari in the back too. Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll send that to you. We'll get your ETH address later and we'll send it to you.
All right. Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Mac, jump in. I know you're dying, bro.
All right, man. I obviously been watching you forever, dude. Huge fan. I mean,
thank you, brother.
I wanted to ask you this because it was kind of going around Twitter today because Khabib said that he thinks there should be no rounds. He thinks it should just be either 3 or 15 minutes, all consecutive, no breaks, or 25 minutes for title fights. And I saw that about an hour ago. Now I'm sitting here with the champ with it. So what do you think about that?
Definitely would be good for his style. You take a down and they get up for free. For me, there should be more breaks. Give me a break every time I take him down. Give me 2.5 minutes to recover too.
Hell yeah. All right, here's another question. You're from Montana. I don't know if a lot of people know that because you kind of represent Arizona. What brought you down to Arizona, and why have you stayed there?
When I turned 18, I was able to do MMA, so I was doing MMA, and I fought in Great Falls, which is in Montana. It's where Tim's from, and Tim happened to be, flew back and commentated that fight, and after the fight, I armbarred this dude. I actually armbarred this college wrestler, and Tim was like, Tim knew of me because I was like a scrappy kickboxer. I was knocking people out, but I knew one move, and it was an armbar off my back. This college wrestler was on top, beating my ass, and I whipped for a night. Actually, it was a pretty nice armbar, and I remember popping his elbow, and he tapped out. And Tim, after the fight, said, "Hey, if you want to come and take this serious, train at a real gym," because Tim was already in Arizona training at the lab when Benson Henderson was champ, and he's like, "Hit me up." I called him the next day. I'm like, "I want to come down," and
okay, so you armbarred college dude, you and Tim.
Armbarred this dude after Tim asked me if I want to come down. I fly down for like 7-10 days, whatever it was. First time being on an airplane, first time being in Arizona. Came down, trained, got my ass kicked. I was 18 years old. Cried after every practice because I was like, God damn, I was not where I thought I was skill wise. In Montana, I'm training with like essentially bums. And then I come down here and I'm training with guys in the UFC, and I'm like, I'm not nearly as good as I thought I was, but I was like, I just need to get down here. I just need to train. I can improve. I never thought I was like smart, school smart, but I was like athletic smart. Like you could teach me something, I could implement it. I was athletic, and I was like, I'm just missing that. I'm missing the correct teachings. I'm missing the right to do. So I was always able to kind of keep my mindset like, all right, it's okay. You got your ass kicked, but you can improve. Like these guys are, in the UFC. These guys are adults. These guys are, been doing it longer than you. So I was able to kind of, make sense of that in my head. And yeah, shortly after I went back home, saved up $2,000 and drove down, and just got Tim and I got an apartment, and just I never left.
Damn, that's amazing. Yep. And you said that was your first plane flight coming down, like first time you ever got on a plane, 18, to fly down to Arizona and train?
Yeah, first time ever being on a plane, first time, leaving from my family, first time being in Arizona. So I was so excited. I still, it's like a very vivid memory, like Tim picking me up at that airport.
It's wild to think about the beginning like that, before Contender Series, before you were knocking people out, smoking with Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Most epic call of all time on a KO. Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was super dope. I want to know, are you, because your last fight you were like, I'm not going to smoke or drink or do anything, are you going to implement that again? Did you feel any differences in your agility? Do you feel that, you're going to redo that for your next camp and not smoke and drink for X amount of time, or are you still not doing it?
Yeah, I didn't do that I didn't do that so I could go out there and fight better. I never felt like I was distracted in camp. I never felt like I was doing I shouldn't be doing something that I was doing in camp. So I didn't do that for camp. I did that for a lifestyle. I did that for my own mind, and I still haven't. I'm still doing the same stuff I was doing before last camp. Not smoking, not drinking, not partying, not around. Just I got a 9-week-old baby now. I got a 4-year-old still. So it's like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I wasn't around too much, anyway, but even just a little bit. So just completely dialed in. Really want to take advantage of these next 5-6 years that I can compete. And the reason I kind of quit doing this social media stuff, I haven't been on social media this whole year. I have someone run it for me, and I feel better than I've ever felt. I don't have that little buzz, that little anxiety buzz throughout the day that I kind of used to get, that I was just like, I'd get on Instagram and I was like, I didn't like the way it made me feel. So yeah, no, I'm still just doing that same, living the same lifestyle I was in camp. And it feels good.
Maybe Conor McGregor needs to get on that regimen.
I think he would benefit from it a bit.
Well, so do you feel anything? So you said you don't feel like, because you didn't get on it to be better in training, like you weren't distracted or anything like that. You don't feel like you have just a millisecond more of speed on a technique or a move?
Probably not. It probably doesn't translate in that aspect, but I think being less distracted in general overall does help me become a better athlete, a better fighter, in practice, in the octagon, making the walk, and all those aspects. I feel like I definitely benefit from, being less distracted in general. So I do think there's a benefit there, but it wasn't like I didn't lose the fight, be like, oh, I lost. I just need to become less distracted and I'll beat Merab. It was always kind of like, man, I wanted to get off social for a while, just because it makes you. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I felt like I was kind of consumed by sugar. Like I wanted to just be Sean. And every time I opened up that phone, it's like, okay, if this many millions of followers, this like I see that. It does something with your brain. And I needed to get away from that. And yeah, I think overall it probably does make me a better athlete.
I got you. We'll call him. What about downtime? You're in Arizona. It's a great golf environment. You a golf fan or no?
No, not quite there yet. I feel like I will be someday. I'm actually, Tim and I are, speaking of entrepreneurial, Tim and I, there's a 12,000 square foot space right next to Tim's gym, and we're starting the pickle dojo, starting the pickleball courts. So we've been playing a lot of pickleball. That's been something that's been consuming some time. Poker, been playing a ton of poker, loving poker right now. So that's been taking up some good time. And then just, the fam.
All right. When you get old enough, or when you feel like you're old enough, pick up golf, bro. It's the best game ever. I promise you. You can play it till you're 85. Mike's coming down next week. We're going to play around.
There you go.
It's a lot of fun, dude. You go out there and hang out with your boys for like 4 hours, and your wife can't complain because that's how long it takes.
Yeah.
So it's the best game ever.
Yeah. It's too hot in AZ right now for any outside activities.
No.
True. I hear that. You were talking about the fam. I wonder, because of your long hair, I know your woman is a hairdresser, but do you ever do baby girl's hair?
No, she doesn't even let her mom. She doesn't even let Danny do her hair. She has Danny's mom do her hair. She's 4, so if it gets a little bit wet or you pull it a little too hard, it's the end of the world. So yeah, no, she'll let me brush it in the shower every once in a while. Like I think last night she let me brush it in the shower, try to get some tangles out. She got some curly ass hair like me, so it's the hair is usually a fight. It was already today at one point. She went swimming in the pool and we had her rinse off, and she didn't want to get her hair wet, and it was a whole thing for like 20 minutes. So that's a daily fight.
Oh, that's a good fight, man. It's the best.
Yeah, could be worse. Yeah. Definitely could always be worse.
I'm curious about this. You said you're not doing socials and everything, and that's interesting because on socials you're such a popular guy. Are you not doing Twitch either?
No,
then?
no.
Like any streaming video games?
I stopped streaming. Streaming was a big distraction for me, for sure. So I stopped streaming quite a while ago, like a year and a half maybe. I stopped doing that, yeah.
Yeah. Because you were like one of the first fighters they were trying to bring around a bunch like the guys and do like those streams, right? Like they kind of do now, like Sean Strickland kind of boxing somebody. You were huge in that area. Is that why it was a distraction, or
yeah, I think
you miss doing it at all?
For me, it's like I streamed like Call of Duty, and I streamed video games, pretty much Call of Duty, Fortnite. So I'd play. I'd go to the gym and just couldn't wait to get home to game. So it's like it was just becoming an issue. I was streaming for like 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, which just, you go to the gym, train hard, wrestle, grapple, then you go and sit on a chair for 4 or 5 hours. Just, it doesn't leave you feeling too good. So, yeah, I just decided, I'm like, all right, it's just taking away too much just taking away too much.
Sounds like having kids, or your second child probably switched up your flow a lot.
Yeah, I mean, having in a good way, yeah. Having a 9-week-old definitely changes things. I mean, I guess nothing too crazy. Having the 4-year-old was, still as home as much as possible. If I could sneak out, play pickleball for an hour, go to the casino for a few hours, rip some poker, it's always great. But yeah, I try to be home as much as possible. I don't really cut traveling down to the bare minimum. And if I do have to travel, usually take the fam with.
That second one does change, though, to be honest. Like, the first one, right, the wife's like, all right, I got one. You know what I mean? But then when you got two, when it's 2-on-1,
yeah,
that's a different animal.
It really is. It really is.
All right, ESPN or Netflix, where are we going next?
Whew. I mean, for me, it's like, I don't know how the pay structures are going to change much, like, pay-per-view wise, all that stuff. I don't really know. For me, I don't really care. So as long as I'm fighting, as long as there's millions of people watching, whatever platform it is, it's fine with me. You probably get more eyeballs on Netflix, but I don't know. It don't matter to me unless my pay changes.
That's why contracts are said. Your pay. It doesn't matter. I get that. Wherever we watch it, somebody's gonna steal it anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
that's a good point.
They all get stolen now.
Yeah.
I got a quick one for you, Sean. Obviously, Bryce just debuted at 135. Did you see his fight on Saturday against Said?
I did. Tough. Said kneed him in the lips. Bryce toughed out the last 2 rounds. Looked really, really good. I was happy for him.
Is that someone that might interest you further down the line and possibly a fight?
I mean, you just never know how these how fights are gonna play out. Like he
That's
goes
gonna
out
take
there,
off.
wins some more fights. Like it's definitely possible. Yeah, I mean, just so hard to say. How the fights, the divisions change so fast, but yeah, you never know.
Okay, I got one more, and this is my last one. I have to ask you this. A couple years ago, I saw you talking about, I believe on your podcast, you got stem cells injected into your. Is that true? Was that all true?
Yeah. It is very true.
Okay, can you explain the reasoning behind that?
Nope.
What it's supposed to do, and did it work?
Also, yeah, can you explain if that worked?
Yeah,
Nothing
my
happened.
homie's wondering.
Nothing happened. I was there. I was in Tijuana, and I was getting stem cells. Like, hey, we'll do it for free. I'm like, all right, and yeah, not worth it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Not worth it. I just can't even imagine seeing a needle come towards my.
You know the trick though is the weights. You gotta put the
weights.
weight. You gotta put the weight on your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
See,
in cross training now. Connor's changing the game.
Yeah, I should have. I should have known that one first. Would have tried that first.
Connor keeps all that himself, man. I tell you.
It's actually really helpful that you told us that did not help.
Yeah, definitely not
It's a
worth
good thing that
trying.
because I would have done it. If he would have been like, yeah, if it worked, I would have done it.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I mean, not worth it.
Crazy.
All right.
Well, props for being brave enough to even try
Yeah,
it. Goddamn.
well, I don't even know. Nah.
Hey, shout out to you, Sugar Sean.
Much
Hell yeah.
appreciation for coming on, homie. Amazing. Can't wait to see you get back in there.
Yep, appreciate that. Have a good one, fellas. Yep, peace. Thank you. Me too, Mike. Peace.
Shout out to Sugar Sean O'Malley, man, coming on, spend some time with the boys today, man. It's great to see him and to hear that he's still not drinking and smoking and he's just changed his lifestyle. He's all about the fam. Obviously, he'll get some poker in, but that's not I mean, I guess winning that money is a good. When you're winning
Sounds
that
like he
money,
just like
man.
legit to me. Like he became a dad. I mean, he was like he was one of the guys that was super pushed a while back, like with Izzy. Like these flashy strikers. He was super pushed, and then you got all these. Like I remember my ex-girlfriend at the time. Her little brother didn't watch UFC, but he loved Sean O'Malley because he knew him from streaming. And like watched all his fights. I don't know. It's interesting to see him change where he doesn't game, he doesn't smoke. Now he just does a little bit of poker and some pickleball. Sounds like he's just a dad now.
Sounds like he's getting set up with those companies that he's got equity in. Mm-hmm. They were some good companies to be a part of, I'm sure. So good for him, man. Congrats on all the success. And he's still itching to just get better in the gym. I recently found myself in a little journey in life trying to be this better. That's when I stopped the vaping for a few days. I was picking up my training. I'm still training a lot. Haven't drank in a couple weeks and have been training every day, doing something. Even threw in a two-a-day. I'm trying to be the best martial artist version of myself that I can be so that when I do get in the ring again, it's just fun and exciting and just such a time to be alive. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. So I get that, he's got those babies. Congrats to him and the fam over there and all the hard work their dad put in, man. He's done some legendary things already. I mean, the only guy to fight at the Sphere, well, not the only guy, but like the main event, the first main event at the Sphere, and the only fight that'll ever be at the Sphere. That's what Dana said. So that was big props. And it was a good fight at the Sphere. It wasn't like he just got beat. But then the second fight with Merab, Merab just did what Merab does.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Beating your ass on the golf course later this week.
I did a tournament when I was a little kid. Like, I don't remember it, but my brother wanted to do one, and our birthdays are like 2 days apart. So my older brother wanted to do it, so they signed us both up. For my birthday, I get golf. I didn't want it. But I came in second in the tournament, so But I don't know. I'm gonna get out there here in New Mexico and play, and then one time I'll come play with you guys.
I can't wait to get up there to Destin. I'll bet they got a beautiful little course we're gonna play at. I'm gonna go play out there and play at the beach with my kids. Try to get some workouts in with the Redbeard Pirate and keep myself in physical condition ahead of my, whenever my fight is. There he is.
Glorious beard.
So we're going to get some work in soon. I'm going to hopefully keep it in the fairway out there, and then I'll be good. As long as I keep it in the fairway, we'll be fine. I think I'll show that I really can play some golf.
I can shoot 200. As long as I take $10 off a mic, I'm happy. I just want to win a few bets. That's
well,
it.
I don't think 200 is going to get the job done.
Probably not.
We need a live update on the score.
We could do that. We could have a film crew come in and film it.
First of all, $10 is fine. We can bet $10 a hole. You said 10,000. I was like, okay. I was just gonna bet you the tens, and then when it was over, I was gonna be like, I guess I'm not getting paid for ODB no more. No, I can't do it. I'm not that piece. I'm not that slimy. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be more freaking slimy, dude. And I can make some things happen. Sugar Sean's got all the things happening. Shout out to him, man. We're gonna find out about his next fight soon. There's some more things. We're all looking forward to the DDP versus Khamzat matchup, man. I don't know. DDP and Sean Strickland 2 looked like the Hulk. He was huge. If he does that again against Khamzat, I know Khamzat's been incredible. I think DDP is just this awkward boulder. He's just a iron boulder. Like he's just rolling downhill, dude.
Even with Sean saying like he didn't take Khamzat, I don't see Khamzat.
Khamzat has skills. He's gonna jump on the back. He's gonna pull some backpack.
Yeah, he's gonna like he tried on Rob, but I don't think you're gonna be able to. Like you just said, dude, he is just like an iron boulder. Like he's gonna survive. It's gonna end up being like the Gilbert Burns and Khamzat fight, like or Kamaru and Khamzat. But
Khamzat trains in like Sweden and like California, and Dricus trains in the trenches of Africa. This fight, it blows my mind. It really does. So I'm really looking forward to that. What do you guys think in the comments? I know that the comments have been going crazy on this fight. Some people are like, oh, Khamzat all day. Some people are like, DDP all day. So it's very interesting. Until next week, we'll find out. And we'll be seeing you. Thanks for tuning in to OverDogs Podcast. Make sure you go check out Dirty Boxing. It's coming up. Thanks for watching the episode. See you guys again soon. Let's go.
Smash that follow button.
That's the way to say it.